When my son asked me about his father while crying once again, I pointed at the television. Samuel Shaw, who had just made it into the top 3 of the wealth rankings, was being interviewed. He said he had achieved fame and success, and the person he hated most was his childhood sweetheart and ex-wife. She abandoned me when I was gravely ill, all for the sake of money. But it was that very betrayal that pushed me to rise from the ashes in my darkest hour. The reporters grew excited and suggested contacting me on the spot. She must be filled with regret, begging Mr. Shaw to take her back. My phone rang right then. I answered and immediately asked for money. Samuel, my son is sick. Could you lend me $60,000? He abruptly hung up the phone and said with a cold laugh, knowing she's living so miserably gives me peace of mind. Looking at the kidney failure report in my hand, I silently wept. 6 years ago, I secretly donated one of my kidneys to Samuel. Now, his son was suffering from the same disease and didn't have much time left. I turned off the TV and coaxed my son to sleep. Tomorrow was the day of his checkup. It was also his birthday. After leaving the hospital, I took him to the mall to pick out a gift. A commotion erupted not far away. Samuel Shaw, dressed in a tailored suit, was surrounded by people. After 6 years, he had shed the youthful naivety of his student days. Now, he was handsome, composed, and exuded an intimidating presence. I froze, suddenly remembering that this mall belonged to him. My son's eyes landed on a Superman figure priced at $20. He quickly put it back. Mom, I don't really like it. Let's just go home. I looked at my sensible little boy, a pang of sadness gripped my heart. It wasn't that he didn't like toys. He just thought it was too expensive. I reached out to ruffle his hair, about to say, let's buy it, when his eyes suddenly lit up. Daddy. It's Daddy. I hadn't expected that just a casual mention last night would leave such a deep impression on him. Samuel's gaze immediately swept in our direction. The moment he saw me, his eyes widened sharply. Before I could react, my son dashed toward him, wrapping his small arms around Samuel's leg. Samuel looked down with cold, sharp eyes, his brows furrowing tightly.